Hello and welcome back to the colony with Man of the Antz once again, and probably for the last time for the moment at least, back in Furious Seas, my favourite pirate simulator VR game. Quite a niche game, I suppose. So, I have spent a little bit of time off camera working towards getting something very special, which is $66,000, which means I can now purchase the Galleon. So the Zebel, I think it is, had 8 cannons, 58 crew apparently, but I mean, we could only see 8 of them, so a lot of people are below the decks. 8 cannons, 58 crew. The Galleon, 22 cannons, 70 crew, is 48 meters and 36 meters high. It's actually a little shorter than the Zebel, or Zebek or whatever, but it is definitely longer than it. So I'm quite excited for this. Let's see how this stacks up. So immediately, I feel super high in the air, and it is glorious. So I've got quite a small firing angle where I can actually get my cannons off, but that's quite reasonable. This is amazing. Look at this. So there are a few things I noticed during my time playing that I thought I'd point out. First of all, I never noticed this before, but the enemy ships do furl and unfurl their sails depending on if they want more speed and stuff, which I'm sure we do as well. It's just a little harder to tell sometimes. Something that just happened there as well, you might just have seen it happen, was that ship behind us, you might just be able to see through that gap, now has a hole in its sail where we shot it. Now I have noticed that before, but I don't think I've ever pointed it out, but I think that's a really nice little touch. It's one of those things that would be really easy just to not worry about and just put a little red mark on the sail and that would be the end of it, but no, the devs did go out a little bit and they actually put a proper little animation in for the whole burn, and you can still see it there as the ship's going down, which is really cool. The other thing, which is actually a bit harder to see here, is the firing animations of the crew when you fire your cannons. So the moment they're just stood ready, they're not actually doing anything at all. If I hold the cannon, see they all brace down ready to fire, and I actually looked away as I fired because I'm an idiot. But when we have our cannons back again, if we look down there, see the cannons kick back as they fire. We also got a couple of holes in there, and as they push the cannons back out, that's like the reload mechanism. So I thought that was really cool. It's nothing I didn't realize before because we were too busy actually playing the game, I guess. But all these little things do add up to make something a lot more immersive and a lot more of a positive experience. This Galleon is awesome. Now we feel a little slower than the previous ships. I'm not sure if we're actually slower or if it's just the size that's different. So you can see our sails, that this is it's hard to tell on the other ships because the sails are perpendicular to us, so it's actually quite easy to tell to watch them furling up. So if we do it again, you can see the top one's furling up as well, look. But yeah, I didn't necessarily expect the enemy ships to do the same thing. Using mines on the Galleon is going to be an absolute nightmare. I love this ship. This ship is amazing. Look at it. So it is definitely a little slow. Oh, you got lucky, mate. You got lucky. Is there a ship right next to us? You did not get very lucky. You're basically the definition of unlucky. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I just wanted to go full speed, but we just unlocked our ram. You can see our amazing prow there. So we have had ships we've rammed before that haven't actually died. I would suspect basically anything would die from an attack from this ship. Oh, I love this ship. This ship is amazing. It's a little bit of a clipping issue with the water coming through the deck at the front of the ship, but yeah, we can forgive them for that because this is awesome. What I kind of would like to see, as you can see, the ship's sails there are furled up. Let's see how the ship's really slowed down, or the sails are furled up. I would like to see if we actually have the same sail damage mechanic as the enemy does. So I'm just showing off a bit here by just constantly smashing that sail in. I don't know if that has any impact on their actual ship at all, or if it's just for aesthetics, but I like it. It doesn't seem to have any impact because they are a little... Oh, wow, that was right in my face. We are a little speedy still. We'll wait for our guns to come into range. Oh my word, that is just glorious. So you use in mind, because we used to try and chuck them behind us, but I thought the dudes almost seemed like they're actually purposely going a bit further than normal. Oh, dear Lord! Take that! Take that! My word. Didn't even see you down there. I would have rammed you otherwise. There's a few updates over here, or a few upgrades I'd like to try and pick up if we can. Yeah, I really like this ship. It makes you feel like you are... Like, when you have one of the little ones, you felt like you were kind of like a sneaky little starter pirate. Like, you know, stole a ship from the docks or something because no one was bothering to... Yes! Because no one was bothering to protect it or something, but... I mean, the double cannons in these would be utterly ridiculous. But in this ship, I feel like I'm a pirate lord. So yeah, so as I said, this probably will be the last Furious Seas video, just because there is currently no more content available. I'd like to be, if you hit the mast, I'd like the mast to become damaged as well. That'd be quite a cool little feature. But yes, again, this is an early access game, so hopefully there's a lot of room for maneuver in there, room for improvement. I would like to see the story mode and this open world sort of mode munged together a little bit. That'd be quite nice. And again, I'm sort of just repeating what I said previously, really, but you know, I really want this game to be really special. I really do. I really enjoy the way it is, but it could be the VR game of my dreams. I think I mentioned in the first video, I did once toy with the idea of actually trying to pick up Unreal Engine and figure it out. Or Unity. I have no preference on engine, I just... Unity, Unreal's the first one that came to mind. And trying to get a game pretty much like this. Essentially the Black Flag sailing portions, but just the sailing portions, not the actual mucking around on dry land bit. So yeah, so I'd love to see this game expand, become something really special. So devs, if you do watch any of these videos, you have my full support, and I really hope something amazing comes out of this. Not to say that it isn't pretty damn special already. The game is a lot of fun, but I would like to see just a little more from it, really. But, you know, just to reiterate again, it is early access, so there are definitely more features in the pipeline. I don't know, similar to when we had the Derail Valley video, I don't know what the devs' roadmap is necessarily. I don't know what their planned features are. I did look for Derail Valley. I haven't actually looked for Furious Seas, so I don't know what their... Oh, yes, son! Get it! So I'm not entirely sure what their plans are, but hopefully something special. Yes! Oh, one of the other little nice touches I noticed is when I was in my Zebek, or Zebel, or whatever, when I took a shot which landed right next to one of the cannons, it actually knocked over one of the crew and they had to stand back up and get back in position. So that was quite cool. Maybe the crew numbers, maybe the plan with the crew numbers is if your crew takes a direct hit, they'll get killed, and then one of your crew has to come up from below deck. And if you run out of crew, you start losing the ability to fight effectively. Maybe that's on the cards. I don't know. Maybe. I would definitely have to apply more to this open world survival sort of style rather than the missions, the linear missions section of the game. But like I said, I'd hope they're planning on sort of merging those two together, really. That'd be really nice to see. Maybe picking up the missions in some little port. And again, I don't mean in any way getting out of the port to go and walk somewhere and do something. I'm quite happy just to sail to a port and have, like, you know, I don't know, a guy walk onto the ship and talk to me or something like that if you're being really fancy, or just a menu pop up if you're being less fancy. But yeah, something like that, just to add to that immersion factor a little bit, make it feel a little bit more like a living, breathing world. Oh, you got lucky, mate. You got lucky. And again.
Left cannons loaded.
So I don't really know how long I've actually been playing this for, because I did actually start the recording when I was unlocking the ship in the first place. So I'm not entirely sure how long I've actually been playing this with the Galleon for. But we'll do a little bit more. I mean, we are taking a bit of damage. I obviously haven't got the required gameplay mechanics down properly for the Galleon quite yet. Boom! 2 at once! 2 at once! Oh, suck it! Oh, God, I love this ship. I love this ship. Now, can you still turn when your ship sails are furled? Are they furled? They are now. And kind of, yes, you have a very slow rotation, but it might be preferable just to sailing in circles around all of this. Maybe not.
Sails, Captain. Sails at hand.
It's a cheeky little hit. I don't really want to ram him because it's going to take me miles off course for these things. And we got one of them. That's something. He's just going to ride in front of us there, is he? You going to go somewhere else? Oh. Dead. Okay. Any last requests? Well, too late. He had no crew on his ship. Wonder if that's because I killed them or if it just didn't even animate them or put them or spawn them on the ship. Not too sure. Not too sure. Okay. So I did have in one of the, because I did split my gameplay between two for the working the money to get the Galleon, and I did have a little bit of success with the Zebek being a faster ship. Oh, you just sort of going around the islands and sort of trying to split the enemy forces up a bit that way. That worked out quite well, actually. The Galleon, with its sluggish speed but massive gun capacity, I suspect would be a little different and actually work better in the open seas. Yeah, it's like the enemy ships aren't quite up to speed with how to deal with the Galleon. There's one down. I thought I'd just sail through the islands just to get us a little bit of different scenery as we tie the video off. There's one guy behind us. I wonder if that'll work. I have found the mines to be very effective as well, actually, and I have a couple of bigger ships chasing me down. Oh, you bugger. I have found the mines to be really, really good at just doing some massive damage. Sort of like that. Sort of like that. Yeah, the main problem I can see with this ship is actually trying to collect the loot that drops, because that guy just dropped some gold behind us, but by the time we actually get ourselves turned around to get that gold and fought off all these other ships, some of the loot seems to stay around. See that gold? The gold is still. Some of the loot seems to stay around for a while. Other ones seem to disappear relatively quickly. Ah, yes, I misjudged which way the balls were going to go then because we were turning. Oh, must have hit a bit of a dip just as I hit fire there. That's embarrassing. Oh, that's nice. And that's that guy dealt with. That's all we need to keep turning if we're going to go for that gold. I have lost the gold now, actually. I was hoping that would be the end of him. I lost my... Oh, there we go. I lost my aiming system for a while there. Yeah, the other ones you could get away with picking them off a bit more, but I think this this Galleon does rely a bit more on actually getting those full broadsides out. I do want to pick up that double shot. That's what I want to do before we finish off the video. I want to get that double shot and see what that looks like. Because right now, that's quite nice. How many cannons are there down there? So it still only has the 4 cannons animated. 4 cannons on deck animated, I suppose. There are definitely more firing. So there are 22, didn't it? So it'd be 10 on each side, and then these 2 at the top, I'm guessing. Oh, beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. Damage to the ship. I mean, I mentioned the sails previously, but just some general wear and tear the more you're in a battle. That might be quite nice to see as well. So I have 10 double shot now on a ship which fires 11 cannons at once. See you later. And what are you going to do about that, eh, Sunshine? Any more for any more? Oh, that was the end of that wave. Okay, well, I think then, let's just fire off a test shot to see what it looks like. Oh, that's just a wall of death, isn't it? Wall of death. So I think I'm pretty much going to leave that video here then. Suffice to say, I love the Galleon. Big fan of the Galleon. Massive damage, a little slow, but again, having some sort of upgrade system in place where you buy the base Galleon and you can upgrade the sails or the keel, that sort of thing, just to add in a little bit more versatility. It'd be really nice to see something like that. So fingers crossed, the devs are hard at work adding in all of these features I've mentioned already. That would be wonderful. Cool. Well, I hope that you have enjoyed this half as much as I have. I am going to let the ships take me out just so I do actually get to bank that money. So if they do release any bigger ships or anything like that, but then again, they may also wipe progress if they do a particularly large update at any point. So we'll see. But I am going to let myself... I mean, after I've done that, because I just... Oh, I love it. I love this ship. Also, I do want to get that money down there if I can. Well, what are you going to do? So yeah, so if you've enjoyed this video half as much as I have, beautiful. Please do click the like button, really appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Questions and comments, leave them down below. I'm actually in a really bad position here because he's just stuck on my prow. Can't get off. He gets to take shots at me and I get to do nothing at all. See if we can get ourselves off, shall we? Ah, phrasing. Let's not get ourselves off. Let's untangle ourselves, disentangle ourselves from this ship. Down in one. Look at that. Awesome. Yes, so like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. Don't forget we stream Wednesdays at 6 PM, so hopefully I'll see you there if you're around. Otherwise, I will see you next time at some point back in Furious Seas, which I am quite excited for, but we'll probably have to wait now for an actual update to arrive, so something a bit new to show you guys. And before then, I'll see you in some other magical VR adventure, I'm sure. Now, as always, thank you very much for joining me.